Well, hello everyone. With Predator Badlands out, and most people who have had a chance to see it seem to be enjoying it, I will be going this weekend, and I thought I would give my first viewing thoughts on another Predator adaptation that has debuted this year. One was this close to being sent to the nether of tax write-offs before fans such as myself convinced Buena Vista Entertainment otherwise. And I think the decision was a good one given how, oh yes, it is not only a take on the long running franchise, but also definitely shows how the vast legacy is more than any one on Yauta or someone who faced off against them. So, let's talk about the animated film Predator Killer of Killers. Let's begin. The movie focuses is on three individuals from different time periods and countries is that have been captured by the Yauta take place in their hunt and the first half of the movie is spent building each one of them up, with the other half also taking part in the competition, where one is a Norse warrior from the 9th century. The second is a samurai from 17th century Japan, and a third is a fighter pilot from World War II, who in the year 1942, and even though they all come from different places, is they all in their own way prove to be worthy opponents in the eyes of the Yauta, and also they are considered to be the end up having to work through their different styles of fighting and their language barriers as to or to make it out alive. I mean, that is a key component of this franchise, much like its contemporary in the Alien and franchise, where there's got to be at least one person who wants to make it out alive. I mean, I have to guide us through the experience. And let me tell you, I like how each time period, each Yauta they send there actually acts a parallel to the human that end up having to deal with them. And one recurring plot point is that it kind of flips the script on a lot of other kind of conflicts where it's the antagonistic Yauta that have a that have the superior weapons technology, but it's actually the humans that are typically are heroes that have the superior tactical advantage this time around, which have been ever since the beginning. And each one has a different design, which makes sense given how in both their physical forms as well as their weapons and armor, which would make sense. I mean, if you're going on a hunt, you would need to adapt your gear and tracking skills to the kind of prey you're after. I mean, I live in a state and time where it's typically when the season is right now. Oh, and definitely very much a hard R kind of feature as well. Also, it doesn't just it's not just because of the violence and a lot of the rough language, but also deals with things that younger viewers, for the most part, would not find fun. Least of all, how their caste systems, not just for the people, but also the Yauta, typically are things that the old citizen audience will understand. I mean, I may have been one of the people who saw all the earlier ones when I was younger on Encore, but I didn't understand all the finer points of their soul culture until I got older and started looking into the lore, and they do some interesting things with it while also still respecting it. I can tell you that much for free. The animation definitely is another one that definitely shows the impact the Spider-Verse had of something like a 2.5D kind of look and feel. You can tell that it's full CG, but the movements, the lighting, and the color palettes, and just all the habits that were carried over from digital animation are there. So we're at. I'm just gonna deal with the Huntrix getting involved as it comes. Whether or not it actually does mean it's released in 2029, I'm just gonna let them have it, where I can have my own kind of hunt. And it's definitely very high up in how I would rank these films, where I would say, and as someone who's covered every single installment to date, it has a lot of same creatives that worked on 2022's excellent Prey, and and I definitely am glad that same writer director is coming back for Badlands. I mean, even with the rating, I mean, it's definitely going to be like pushing the rating to its limits. It looked in the same vein of something like the Nolan Dark Knight trilogy or the DC EU, especially the stuff parts that Zack made of that. Though I'm also not ruling out the possibility of an unrated director's cut, which would likely be like an R by standards, or it's coming to digital platforms after the fact. And that'll be it for now. So I'll see you all soon with my look at Predator Badlands. Take care.